Adidas Sambas in 2025? Are these things even still worth it? Well, in this video, we're gonna figure that one out. Hey everybody, I'm Massimo. Welcome back to the only channel YouTube that covers in-depth videos of cars and streetwear. And today, we're going over some Adidas Sambas, guys. So, holy crap, what was the last time I did a sneaker video on this channel? It's been a hot minute, so yeah, kind of happy to keep doing it, man. And apparently Adidas Sambas are just gaining a lot in popularity again. So figure why not just do a review on Adidas Sambas, especially in the cloud white colorway, man. That's the one I think everybody wants. So before we get into it, be sure to like and share for that YouTube algorithm, as well as subscribe. Any support would just be awesome. Now let's get right into these sneakers. So I always like to start off by talking about the box. So this came in a normal Adidas box, so all blue with the Adidas stripes and Adidas logos everywhere, with the sizing on the kind of like the right side of the box right there. Lifting up that lid and removing that wrapping paper, and whoo, man, some things just never get old. So here are the Adidas Sambas. Already, here's a closer look at the Adidas Sambas. So let's give some background information. So Adidas Sambas have been around since pretty much the beginning of time. I mean, 1949, I think, is when the first Adidas Samba was actually released. So making this one of the oldest sneakers in production today. I mean, they really are popular because of who wore them, you know, all the various professional soccer players over the century. But yeah, this edition of the Adidas Sambas actually came out in 2018 with the retail price of $100. You normally get that for that price still. I mean, these things are just kind of sitting on shelves. No crazy resale value for this guy. But is the Adidas Samba that's been around forever still worth it and still worth the hype that it's getting? Well, we'll start by talking about the styling of the shoe, starting with the sole. All right, the sole of the shoe is pretty damn clean and basic. So we got a gum bottom here that is done in like a very, very dark brown. Pretty interesting how this sneaker is actually designed, man. So we got a lot of jagged bumps right here with the little Adidas logo in the center. And at the top, we kind of have some swirls and some bubbles right there, surrounded by a bunch of little triangles. Swooping up to the midsole of the sneaker, kind of really like how the sole kind of wraps up to the midsole, makes it very clean. But yeah, we still got that really dark brown aesthetic with a bunch of little bumps on the side here, all in like little triangles. And then we got serrations, the trim of the soles. The outer is kind of the same as the inner, so not a whole lot going on there. So let's move up to the uppers of the sneaker. Now, this is why we're all here. All right, so first off, the cloud white and core black configuration features pretty much all white leather base. Really nice leather quality too, feels pretty dang smooth and soft in hand. Sneaker quality has gone a long way since 1949. We have the iconic Adidas stripes on the side, on the outers, and on the inners. What's also cool is on the outer, on the back portion of the stripe, we have a little gold logo right there that reads Samba. We also got a nice suede mud guard that swoops around and digs up a little bit for the toe box. Kind of cool. Focusing a little bit more on the center of the sneaker, we got leather panels on both sides for the lace eyes. This tongue is also done in leather, and it's not nylon mesh or anything. It's actually just really thin piece of leather. Actually surprised me a little bit. You know, I'm so used to like the thick, you know, plush tongues, but no, this one is just a nice strip of leather. For the laces of the sneaker, they only come in white laces, no black laces or anything like that, but white works just fine. On the top of the tongue there, we have a blue Adidas logo. Pretty cool. It's got some German saying right there, and on the bottom it says with the 3 stripes with the brand, with another little German saying right there with the brand in the center. Rounding up the tongue, I kind of like how it kind of digs in right there. Kind of looks like a widow's peak hairline, not just right at the top, it kind of like swoops down a little bit. For the inside of the sneaker, pretty much all white as well, with a white insole with some black Adidas logos. Adidas right there once again says the brand with the 3 stripes, and then we have some German sayings too on there. Pretty much that, I think that, yeah, that definitely means the brand with the 3 stripes. And then rounding off, giving some more love to the heel of the sneaker. Once again, very clean. We got some more hint of black right down the top. And then we kind of have like another 3 stripe stitching on the side here. And then a nice little thin piece of leather to hold everything together. Done in white. And yeah, that pretty much concludes the styling of the sneaker. And holy crap, man, this thing is pretty damn clean. Nothing I really hate about it, man. Some people might fret about the gum bottoms a little bit, but I think it's just fun. I mean, talking about a shoe that's aged like fine freaking wine. Style wise, I mean, the Adidas OG Sambas just pair absolutely effortlessly with anything. Jeans, shorts, tailored trousers even. I mean, I've seen people wear this with dress clothing. You know how I would style this? I think I would just go with a regular oversized hoodie and streetwear vibe with this. You know, trying to bring the classic into the modern world. Also, the Adidas Sambas are pretty darn comfortable. You know, they're not like incredibly comfortable like a pair of New Balance or something like that, but they'll do just fine. You know, I would say they're kind of like on par with like your Air Forces or something. You know, they're pretty light, which I think gives off most of the comfortability, but not terrible. And if you are worrying about the sizing of the sneaker, I went with a 9, and I feel like these things are pretty true to size. Maybe you can size down a little bit because the leather is a little bit thinner on these. So I will go true to size, and if you feel like you're floating a little bit, go a half size down. And I think it's time I give my final verdicts of the sneakers. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give the Adidas Samba a good 8 out of 10. It's a pretty great sneaker. Really can't find anything I complain about it, you know. Nothing a little too spicy to give it amazing. And these things are everywhere, so they're not incredibly special either. But just an overall great pair of sneakers. So are these sneakers still worth it in 2025? I would say 100% yes. They definitely are. And yeah, I would say for $100 or wait for these things to get on sale or something like that, I would say these things are 100% worth a grab. Get a pair right now if you're thinking about it. And yeah, I think that all needs to be said with the Adidas Sambas. So the Adidas Sambas and Cloud White Core Black. What'd you guys think about it? Comment down below your opinion, like and share for that YouTube algorithm, and last but certainly not least, subscribe. I'm gonna exit off with some on feet footage now, so let's get to it.